All right, we are live on YouTube, and tonight we're going to be discussing, has harassment on YouTube gotten worse? This is going to be one heck of a very interesting and informative show, so stick around for all of that and much, much more that's coming right. Whoa! From Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, when that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. You will not miss anything when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. And also make sure on your smartphone, your tablet, your iPhone, your Android, or anywhere that you have the YouTube app installed on, you must also make sure that the YouTube app is set to receive those notifications at a device level. When you do all of that, you'll be all set to go. And you won't miss a beat. And you definitely will not want to miss a single beat around here, because I'm going to continue helping you folks get a better grip on your business and personal life, regardless of what it is you're trying to accomplish, whether it is a dating relationship that can lead to marriage. If your marriage is struggling and you need to bring some new life into it, I can help you with that. If you're looking to find that dream corporate job, or get that promotion in that dream corporate job, and you've been getting passed up and you don't know why, I can help you figure that out and get you promoted. Or if you are tired of working in the corporate world or working for someone else, and you'd like to make that transition from the corporate world or working for someone else into becoming a self-employed entrepreneur, I can help you with that. I have lots of experience with that. And if you're an aspiring YouTuber, I have a lot of knowledge on that, and that's what today's stream is going to be about. Primarily, we're going to be talking about the naughty, negative side of YouTube, and how you can better handle it to not allow it to hinder or affect your success. And I'm also going to be sharing how YouTube handles the naughty people out here, and how they haven't been handling the naughty people out here, despite the fact that they made a promise late last year that they would do a better job of it. And I'm really feeling that they really have not done a better job at it. But I'm not here to criticize YouTube. I want to make it very clear at the beginning of the show, this is not a bash YouTube stream. I do love YouTube, and YouTube has made a lot of great changes over the past several years to make this platform a better place. They've made some tremendous updates to the Creator Studio, which they now just call Studio. They used to call it Creator Studio, which ended up turning into Creator Studio Classic while the new studio was being built, while it was in beta. And many people complained that, we got so used to the, former Creator Studio Classic that they really wish to change didn't happen. And I was kind of one of those at the beginning when they were making that change. But now I love the new beta. It is awesome. There are a lot more great features that can help you get on track and stay on track to become more successful out here. So YouTube has done a lot of great things, including even the monetization program has gotten a lot better. There's a lot of ad revenue out there, and despite what some people may be thinking, that there's not a lot of money to be made on YouTube, there is a lot of money to be made on YouTube, as long as you play by the rules and you're a reasonable person and you're not the type of person that comes out here to attack and harass people, which is basically what this show topic is primarily about. Now, before I get into it, and I'm going to actually be rereading a blog I read at the end of last year that was written by Team YouTube regarding their new harassment policy. I believe it was written on December 11th, 2019. I'm going to be dissecting that, and I'm going to be reading what they promised, and I'm going to be, sharing facts about how they've either kept their promise or haven't kept their promise. And then I'm also going to I'll take a break after I go through that blog. And then when I come back from break during the, second hour of the show, if it even gets to that point, I'm going to be dissecting the actual harassment policy by going to the Google/YouTube help page regarding harassment, and then sharing my personal experiences and how I've dealt with harassment out here on YouTube. And trust me, I've been harassed probably more than any other YouTuber on the planet. So I am very, very experienced at this. If you're dealing with trolls and haters and harassment out here and you've flagged YouTube, you've taken the proper action as YouTube requests and suggests you do, and nothing's happening, well, you're at the right place here. I'm going to share my experiences and also share with you what I've done to, make my life better and easier out here on YouTube, and what you can do as well. So anyway, it looks like Lord Gaelic's in the house. The Dark Lord has arrived. Hey, Lord Gaelic, how are you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Well, first of all, let me check out and see if let me check and see if the notification went out. The notification has gone out, and the stream health is absolutely fantastic. All right, let's get to the chat, and then we're going to get right to the blog. Now, anyone in the chat here tonight, if you have any questions regarding this, or if you want to share some of your experiences, please go ahead and share your feedback in the chat. And in between aspects of the show, I will be answering your questions and giving you my honest feedback based on my experience and also based on facts as well. All right, so hey, Eli, everyone. Hey, Mutt. How you doing, Mutt? Welcome to the show. Queen Helen Casey's in the house. Hello, Eli. Smash the like button for Eli. Queen says hello, Mutt. Mutt says, hey, Queen. Lord Gaelic, the Dark Lord has arrived. How you doing, man? How you doing, Lord? Welcome to the show, man. Mutt Nuts World says, hey, Lord. And Queen Helen Casey says, YouTube never keep their promises because it is run by liberal Democrats. Well, yeah, I mean, we are a liberal state out here in California. I live 22 minutes by car south of YouTube in San Bruno, California. Well, that's where YouTube's at. I live in Redwood City, California. I don't think, Queen, I know that a lot of conservatives like yourself, I know you're not an extremist, but you are conservative. I know a lot of conservatives feel that YouTube has the liberal agenda, and I don't believe that to be true. I'm a slight left liberal myself, but I'm not an extremist. And I also like some conservative views. I'm a fair person. When I say this, I don't want you thinking I'm saying this because I'm a slight left liberal. I don't think it really has to do with the political party preference of YouTube, whatever that may be. I think it more so has to do with what makes money and what doesn't make money. Okay, so, they want to do whatever it takes to keep the platform moving forward, to keep advertisers coming back and keep them happy. So that way, the revenue keeps coming in. And that's part of the reason why I feel they don't ban a lot of trolls and haters, because, if they removed everyone that actually violated their harassment policy, half this platform would be gone. And because there are 2 billion people out here on YouTube, 1 billion people would be gone. What would that do for ad revenue? It would tremendously decrease it, right? So it puts YouTube and Google, who owns YouTube, in a rock and a hard place. And I'm not saying that Google and YouTube haven't, done the best they can to take care of this issue. I just think they've decided to do it this way because of the potential of ad revenue they would lose, if they were to remove all these people. So anyway, thank you, Queen. I was going to take care of that myself. All right. So, folks, that was a great question, Queen. I appreciate it. Keep them coming. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat. Queen, yeah, do me a favor, please. Do moderate the chat, you and Mutt and Lord Gaelic, but only block people that you feel are asking trollish questions. If they say hi, how are you, and stuff like that. If they don't do anything, wrong to get them banned, wait until they say something trollish or until it's very apparent they're trolling, because I really want to get a lot of people engaging on this show. I want to get as many people engaging as possible. All right, so the title of today's stream is YouTube's harassment policy. Has YouTube been enforcing this since updated late 2019? One more time, YouTube's harassment policy. Has YouTube been enforcing this since updated late 2019? All right, so let's go over to the browser screen where I have the same blog I dissected on the stream back in December. I believe December 12th. I believe the very next day after this came out, I did a stream on it. And I was thrilled when they wrote this, because what they were saying when they wrote this was that they're going to take a more stricter approach towards handling harassment and bullying on YouTube. And it's been harassment and bullying on YouTube has been a bigger issue on YouTube than any other social media platform that I've been a part of. I've been on Facebook, for Jesus Christ, 13, 14 years at least, something like that. I've been on Facebook for quite some time. And, I was bullied and harassed on Facebook a few times in the past, not as much as on YouTube. And I reported the bullying and harassment, and 15 minutes later, the people that were bullying and harassing me, their stuff was removed. So you have other platforms on social media that take bullying and harassment and attacks very seriously, and they have a department there ready to handle those situations pretty much immediately, if not within 15 minutes, typically within an hour or two. With YouTube, it's a crapshoot. It's like going to the casino and shooting craps. All right? Sometimes you're going to win and sometimes you're not going to win. But in most cases, the way it appears to be happening on YouTube is you're going to lose. Because a lot of times, you flag something legitimately and it's legitimately bullying and harassment, like extreme bullying and harassment. And they do absolutely nothing about it. And, what I've even done, because I'm a part of the YouTube partner program, I'm a monetized channel, I've even, contacted creator support. I've made them aware of things going on. I've told them to escalate it. It's a very serious thing. Escalate it to your internal team. They've, in turn, escalated it to their internal team. And, they, I guess apparently they make it appear like they're doing an investigation, and maybe they are, maybe they're not, but nothing ever comes out of it, right? And then they come back a month or two later and say, well, our internal team has, handled the situation and they've resolved it. Well, I go and check to see if the situation is, I go and check to see if the situation is resolved, and no, it's not resolved. And then they say, well, if you have any further problems, or this problem persists, please use our reporting tools to report, cyberbullying and harassment. Well, creator support team YouTube, you already know this. I've already done that before I used creator support as a last resort. And see, that's the thing that kind of gets me about YouTube. Like, they tell you to use the tools, you use the tools, they don't do anything about it, and then you write into creator support, you tell them I've already used the tools and that you need to escalate it to their internal team. They say they're going to do it. They take forever. They come back and then they say, well, we've taken care of the issue, but feel free to use the reporting tool if the issue persists or something like that. So it's just like one big runaround. It's one big runaround. Rhonda Grace, great to see you back. How you been? Welcome to the show. Rhonda Grace says, I've seen this with other YouTubers as well. Bullying is a big problem. It's a big problem out here on YouTube, Rhonda, a bigger problem than any other platform because of the way YouTube either chooses to handle it or not handle it. And in most cases, they don't handle very blatant and apparent bullying and harassment. I'm surprised some people that have come at me. Now, I'm a big boy. I'm a strong person, and I can take it and I can move forward. You have to have thick skin to be on this platform. But when they take it above and beyond into your real life, and then they're making every single video on their channel about you, which is against YouTube's terms, and you report that, and YouTube does nothing about it, what are you supposed to do? What do? Give up on your dream of being a YouTuber or running your business out here? No, hell no. No. Rhonda Grace, or Queen Helen Case says, hello, Rhonda. Rhonda Grace Exploring says, I'm good. That's great to hear that. Hey, Rhonda says, Mutt Nuts World. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So let's get right to this blog here. And I'm going to read it again line by line. And I'm going to share with you folks how I feel YouTube has handled the promises they made in this blog. Because again, when I first read this blog back in December of 2019, I was thrilled that they were taking a more strict approach towards harassment. So let's get right to it. YouTube official blog, an update to our harassment policy, Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. All right. Over the last several years, we have worked to improve the way we manage content on YouTube by quickly removing it when it violates our community guidelines. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not true. I mean, you remove some of it, a small bit of it, but there's still a huge amount of very blatant and apparent cyberbullying and harassment that you folks probably never even see, even if it gets after it even gets flagged, which is what I'm trying to say. Reducing the spread of borderline content. Well, borderline content is really not violating guidelines, but I know YouTube has been suppressing borderline content, which is the right thing to do. Raising up authoritative voices when people are looking for breaking news. Yeah, like the COVID-19 thing and all of that. You know, there are people that actually are an authority to discuss something like that, whereas us average everyday YouTubers, we're more so sharing opinions and not facts. So raising up authoritative voices when people are looking for breaking news and information, and rewarding trusted creators and artists that make YouTube a special place. Well, I am a trusted creator. I've got 0 copyright strikes, 0 community guideline strikes. I've got 0 content ID claims. I never use copyrighted content, okay? My content's advertiser friendly. If at most, I'll use, a naughty word every now and then, which is allowed to be monetized as long as you don't swear at the beginning of the video, and then you use occasional profanity in the proper context throughout the duration of your video. So my problem being monetized, I'd say like 98 or 99% of my videos have the green icon fully monetized. No problem. That is not the problem. That is not the problem. But let's continue. Today, we are announcing a series of policy and product changes that update how we tackle harassment on YouTube. Okay? We systematically review all our policies to make sure the line between what we remove and what we allow is drawn in the right place. Well, I'd like to know where that line is at, because that line's been crossed into the next millennium for me. And recognized earlier this year that for harassment, there is more we can do to protect our creators and community. I was really thrilled when you wrote this, YouTube. And I was actually really thrilled when they originally launched this, because For the first month or two after this was launched, they were taking some channels down. They were removing content. And then all of a sudden, it not only went back to the way it was before this policy change was enacted, it got worse, and it's been getting worse. And if they're going to use, or anyone's going to use COVID-19 as an excuse, I'm going to get to that in a little bit here, okay? Harassment hurts our community by making people less inclined to share their opinions and engage with each other. Absolutely. So then why don't you remove these people? Why don't you hire more people or get a better system to remove these people? Or is it because if you remove everything that violates your, harassment policy, you'd have to remove half the platform and then you'd be out of business because no one would see the ads that your sponsors or the advertisers are paying you for, right? Is that what it is? I think that's what it all boils down to be honest with you. We heard this time and time again from creators, including those who met with us during the development of this policy update. We also met with a number of experts who shared their perspective and informed our process from organizations that study online bullying or advocate on behalf of journalists to free speech proponents and policy organizations from all sides of the political spectrum. I'm all for freedom of speech. What I'm not for is attacking people because they disagree with your opinion. People want to share their opinions, no problem. That's what this platform is for. Well, not primarily, but partially, right? That's what this platform is for. But if you think that freedom of speech also allows you to attack and belittle and hate on people, no, it does not. It does not cover that. Absolutely not. We remain committed to our openness as a platform and to ensuring that spirited debate and a vigorous exchange of ideas continue to thrive here. No problem. No problem as long as people are not getting attacked and harassed and bullied while this is happening. And that's what's happening. People are getting attacked for stating their opinions. However, we will not tolerate harassment. Well, you've been tolerating quite a bit of it, YouTube. If I show you the things people have done to me, you'd be like, wow, how did we not see this? I'll get to that in just a little bit. I think in spirit, you want to not tolerate harassment, but you know that it's very hard to manage on a platform with 2 billion users. And no matter how many employees you handle, I mean, the number of complaints you're going to get and the number of, harassing offenses that are going to come out there, that are going to happen on the platform are going to overwork your employees. But regardless of that, something better has to be done. I thought this was going to be it when you released this last year in December of 2019, but no, it has not changed. It's gotten worse. And we believe the steps outlined below will contribute to our mission by making YouTube a better place for anyone to share their story or opinion. Okay, all right. Let's see here. Let me check out the chat and see what's going on in there. I agree, says Rhonda Grace. Queen Helen Casey, YouTube didn't approve nothing. They are full of dog do. Okay. When you say approve nothing, what do you mean by that, Queen? Queen Helen Casey, when it comes to harassment and bullying, they don't do nothing except sit on their you-know-what all day long. Well, I don't think they sit on their butts all day long. I just think that they don't remove a lot of it because if they did, they would lose half their audience and they'd be out of business. I think it all boils down to money. Because again, if you're going to put out a blog stating that, you're going to take a stronger stance on harassment and then it gets worse, obviously you're not doing enough. And there's a reason for it besides what you're telling the public. That's just my opinion. Rhonda Grace Exploring says they make it very vague. Well, no, this blog article was not vague. It was direct, but they're just not applying their own rules. They're not holding people accountable for the rules they create. It's pretty cut and dry. I'm a living victim of it. YouTube lied, period. Well, I don't think they're trying to lie on purpose, Queen. I think they're trying to appease people to a certain extent and draw the balance between needing to have enough people on the platform for their sponsors and advertisers to get their ads out and trying to reduce the most extreme hate, right? Again, if you were to ban everyone off this platform that has violated their hate speech, vulgar language, bullying policy, whatever, you'd be banning half the people. That means you would lose 1 billion people. How much ad revenue would that cost the company? They'd be out of business. It's almost like there's nothing you can really do about it, right? If they did do something about it, then the platform would not be sustainable from a monetary standpoint. It would not be. That's what I've pretty much boiled it all down to. A stronger stance against threats and personal attacks. Yeah, right. I got a guy out there that's been harassing me and trolling me on this platform for the last 3.5 years between my former channel I used to run and this channel that I've run now for almost 2 years. This guy has a channel that is dedicated to attacking me and harassing me. He's put out my personal information, which is fine. I'm a public figure. I can understand that. Okay, I'm a public figure, no big deal, right? But he's come after my family. He's put out their information. He's attacked a former a company that I was an independent contractor for. He's just done so much above and beyond, and he creates videos almost every day, if not every day, to troll and harass me. That's against YouTube's harassment guidelines, which I'll show you that here just a little bit. I've reported him to YouTube many times. They do nothing about it. This guy has also consistently violated my copyright. And this channel that he has made to completely harass and bully me, every video is about me, right? And even in these videos, he even says, he goes, maybe I'm obsessed. Call me obsessed. I'm obsessed with going after Eli, right? He even says it, but I don't care. Eli's got to go. Eli's got to go, right? That's what he keeps saying, right? Well, this guy violated my copyright legitimately 3 times on that channel. I put 3 copyright strikes on this same channel that's bullying and harassing me, and that channel is still up to this day. I reached out to Team YouTube on Twitter. I made them aware, and they did nothing about it. So, this guy got 3 copyright strikes, which should shut down his channel, and they haven't shut down his channel. This guy bullies and harasses me in every single video above and beyond, way above and beyond the tolerable level, right? Flagged many times. YouTube has done nothing about it. I've even contacted creator support about this guy and Team YouTube. I have done everything I can to protect myself, and YouTube has not done a thing about it. It's truth. And Team YouTube, if you're watching this, I'm not here to attack you. I'm here to say, what more can we do? Do we have to put up with this? Why don't you come out and let us know that, hey, we just have to put up with it. Then I'd be okay with that. But when you make promises that you say here, you're taking a stronger stance against threats and personal attacks, yet, I just clearly made you aware of something that should be removed. It should have been removed a long time ago. Why haven't you done anything about it? Why? Anyway. We've always removed videos that explicitly threaten someone. This guy threatens me every damn day. You do nothing about it. Reveal confidential personal information. He reveals my confidential personal information above and beyond what's public. And he reveals my family's personal information and other personal stuff. But you do nothing about it. or encourage people to harass someone else. Well, he encourages people to come after me and other people. And he's still on the platform. Moving forward, our policies will go a step further and not only prohibit explicit threats. Yeah, right, he threatens me every damn day. But also veiled or implied threats. I really liked it when you said that, veiled or implied threats. I can kind of sort of put up with the veiled or implied threats, right? That's kind of like a joke. It's not really a joking matter, but I can deal with that. I'm talking about direct threats and direct harassment. That needs to be removed. And you say you're taking a stronger stance, but you haven't. This includes content simulating violence towards an individual. They do that to me all the time. You know, a lot of hateful people that have been attacking me on this platform do that to me all the time. Or language suggesting physical violence may occur. People threaten people like that all the time out here on YouTube, and it includes me as well. Nothing's done about it. Very rarely. No individual should be subject to harassment that suggests violence. Well, I'm subject to it every single day. I flag it. I contact creator support. I contact Team YouTube. I get generic responses. No one does a thing about it. When is it going to change, YouTube? When is it going to change? Beyond threatening someone, there is also demeaning language that goes too far. No kidding. No kidding. I'm going to say again, why are we not doing something about it? Nothing's been done about it. Every so often someone goes down, but for every 10 major infractions, maybe one or less goes down. Still too much negativity out here, YouTube. To establish a consistent criteria for what type of content is not allowed on YouTube, we're building upon the framework we use for our hate speech policy. Okay? So you're building upon the framework. This article was written about 7-8 months ago, right? I'm assuming that framework has been built. So why is it not being applied? That's my question, Team YouTube. We will no longer allow content that maliciously insults someone based on protected attributes such as their race, gender expression, or sexual orientation. YouTube, I can forward you 50 videos right now from one community where all 3 of those have been violated. Why are they still on the platform? You've got machine learning that you say can pick up on this stuff. You've got more human reviewers that can pick up on this stuff when things get flagged. Why are we saying that this needs to be done and you're gonna take a stronger approach on it and then you don't do anything about it? Why? I'm just stating my experiences. I'm not here to criticize or attack YouTube. Well, maybe I am criticizing them because they're not doing what they promised in this aspect. But I'm not here to kick you down. I love YouTube. But this is the biggest problem on the platform, is the harassment policy and bullying. This applies to everyone from private individuals to YouTube creators to public officials. And no one's exempt, even President Trump. No one's exempt from this, including the POTUS, President of the United States. Let me see how much more we have on this blog. All right, let me check out the chat here real quick. Hey, MGTOW's the only way to live. I'm feeling a lot better, man. A lot better. I'm like 70, 75% recovered, bro. Walking around a lot better. I still have a little bit of the pins and needles feeling, but it's getting better each and every day. How about yourself, dude? How have you been? Welcome to the show. Queen says, YouTube lied, period. Rhonda Grace Exploring says, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean the blog, but the way they try to implement the rules, I think is what you're trying to say, Rhonda. I'm out walking, so listening mostly. No problem, Rhonda. No problem. No problem. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Queen Helen Casey says, YouTube, do your job and get rats off of YouTube. I agree. I agree, Queen. Again, the reason why I think they're not doing it as often as they should, even though they probably see this stuff, is because they have to kill off half the platform. It would cost them money. I'm sure they talk about this behind the scenes. And I'm not here to attack YouTube. I love YouTube, but I'm here to state the facts and what I feel is happening. Because I've been dealing with this crap more than anyone. And I'm not trying to take away from other people that have gone through this, but I've been one of the most attacked and harassed YouTubers on the platform, and then a lot of these people have taken it into real life. Serious stuff. Mick tells the only way to live, aka Darren, scheduling an MRI for myself. Thanks for asking. Yeah, no problem, bro. I hope you get better soon, man. I'm definitely feeling a lot better. I mean, I'm not fully recovered, but I am way further ahead than I was 4 or 5 weeks ago, about 5 weeks ago when this first started happening. So it just takes time, man. Mutt Nuts World says, I am here listening and doing some work I need to catch up on. All right, Mutt. Awesome. Awesome. All right. We're at 36 minutes here. Let's continue. Consequences for a pattern of harassing behavior. Something we heard from our creators is that harassment sometimes takes the shape of a pattern of repeated behavior across multiple videos or comments. Even if any individual video doesn't cross our policy line. Right. Especially when someone creates their entire channel to talk about you each and every day. That does cross the line. To address this, we're tightening our policies for the YouTube Partner Program, YPP, to get even tougher on those who engage in harassing behavior and to ensure we reward only trusted creators. This is not a problem with YPP YouTube. You see, you've done a great job, for the most part, not allowing people that cross the line into the YouTube Partner Program. And you've removed people that cross the line from the YouTube Partner Program, but you still allow them on the platform to spew their hate. You see, that more so leads me to believe that the thing that YouTube cares about the most is the sponsors, obviously, or the advertisers, because obviously, you know, they need to make money. And I understand that, YouTube. I understand that. But from what I've seen, especially since this blog was written late last year, December 11, 2019, is that you folks have taken action on removing people from the YouTube Partner Program, but then those channels can still stick around and harass people, and they continue to do so, and they're still around. So that tells me that's where the focus is at. YouTube cares about the YouTube Partner Program and obviously the advertisers. Like I said, that's how they make their money, and that's how creators make our money too, partially, right? And from what I've noticed, people that were either once a part of the YouTube Partner Program and got removed for violating these policies or this policy, they're still allowed to continue to hate on people and to create hateful content. And if they were never in the YouTube Partner Program, then YouTube doesn't seem to really pay much attention to them. The stuff I've seen out here on YouTube with the implied threats and actual threats and the very vulgar and hateful, inappropriate language, I cannot believe the amount of crap I've seen on this platform. Now, there's a lot of greatness on the platform, and that's what I love. That's why I'm here. But I cannot believe the amount of crap I've seen on this platform that more than likely has been flagged by many people, and it's still on YouTube. So then when you read blogs like this, where they say they're going to do something about it, and then you see what hasn't happened, It contradicts itself. It's kind of hypocritical, in my opinion. I'm not trying to criticize you, YouTube. I'm just stating the facts. Something's got to be done about this. I thought this was going to be it, but no, this wasn't it. It needs to be revisited. It needs to be revisited again. Channels that repeatedly brush up against our harassment policy will be suspended from YPP, and they've done that. I will give YouTube that. I have seen many creators that were attacking me get removed from YPP, the YouTube Partner Program. So that they're keeping their word on. But that's where the money is at. The sponsors and advertisers don't care about non-monetized channels. They care about where their ads are at, which is where, which is the people in the YouTube Partner Program, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? Makes sense? Makes sense to me? Okay? Eliminating their ability to make money on YouTube. We may also remove content from channels if they repeatedly harass. They say we may. They don't say we will. We may. So meaning we might remove content from channels if they repeatedly harass someone. Okay. If this behavior continues, we'll take more severe action, including issuing strikes or terminating a channel altogether. I've been reporting and flagging the worst channel in the history of YouTube that was created to solely attack me. This guy in his videos blatantly says he's coming after me, that he's obsessed with me. I flagged every one of those videos. I've flagged this channel many times. I've contacted creator support. They've escalated it to the internal team. They've done nothing. I've contacted team YouTube on Twitter. They've done nothing. This guy violated my copyright 3 times. I took him down for copyright legitimately. 3 copyright strikes, and his channel's still standing. So YouTube, my question to you is, no disrespect, it's an honest question. Like, do you pick and choose who you apply your guidelines and rules to? Do certain people get immunity for some reason? Because I can tell you one thing, if I got 3 copyright strikes, I bet you would shut me down immediately. And I'm like the one of the cleanest and most ethical and honest YouTubers on the platform that follows the guidelines. This is the kind of stuff that really, really gets to me. I don't let it bother me. I don't let it consume me, because I'm moving forward to grow my channel, and I'm gonna find a way to get this to where I need to get it to. I just wish YouTube would start doing a better job of cleaning up this platform. I thought they were with this blog, but no, it's gotten worse. All right, let me check out the chat here real quick. Rhonda Grace Exploring says, my take on the haters is to get an attorney to handle the most egregious, ignore the rest by not talking about it, takes away the attention. It's not even worth the attorney. It's a civil case. It's a civil matter, Rhonda, and it costs way more money than it's worth. And these people that are attacking other people know that. A lot of these people, these trolls and haters, they know the fine line between a civil matter and a criminal matter. They push it to the line of what's, civil and borderline criminal, and they get away with it almost every time. It's pretty sad. That's why it's up to YouTube to moderate them. And when YouTube does not moderate them according to their own rules, that's what gets frustrating. It's like you can't win either way. So the only thing you can do is ignore it and move forward. And that's what I've been doing. But I'm just raising awareness. Because I felt this was an interesting topic to revisit, especially with what I have going on tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing a live panel stream. Anyone's welcome to join. If you're around, Rhonda, you want to join, it's up to you. Queen and Mutt and some other people are going to join me to talk about trolls and how to deal with trolls. And we're going to share our experiences with trolls and, how to move past it. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow live at at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. MGTOW's the only way to live says, somebody needs to do a documentary about your life, coach. It is interesting. Have you seen Tiger King on Netflix? Why do you think my life is so interesting, bro? Like, why do you feel someone should do a documentary on my life? I'm just curious. I just want to come out here and run my shows and help people. I mean, why am I that fascinating of a guy to you? And no disrespect, no, we're good, bro. But why am I such a fascinating guy to you? Is it because I call people out? Is it because I'm very intuitive and I pick up on things and I call people out where most other people wouldn't call people out on these things? Is it because I have balls? I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, I'm just curious, dude. No disrespect. I'm just curious, you know. MGTOW's the only way to live says you should buy commercials on YouTube to grow your channel, coach. I've done that in the past in my former channel, and it didn't really work, man. So you don't get any subs from that. You know, it's not worth it. Organic growth's the best, man. It just takes time. It's not that expensive, bro, but it just doesn't work. And then furthermore, MGTOW's the only way to live says, just because of all the shit you've been through. Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree. Yeah. Well, if someone wants to do it the right way, go for it. And if you do it the wrong way, it's out of my control. You know, people can use things under fair use and they can pretty much do whatever they want. So hopefully if somebody were to ever do the story on me, they would do it the right way. They'd get their facts straight. Maybe they'd reach out to me and I can help them with it. Anyway. Addressing toxic comments. We know that the comments section is an important place for fans to engage with creators and each other. At the same time, we heard feedback that comments are often where creators and viewers encounter harassment all the freaking time, especially in live streams. This behavior not only impacts the person targeted by the harassment, but can also have a chilling effect on the entire conversation. See, YouTube, I've had to take it upon myself to install Nightbot and also use the block words list in the settings aspect of, Studio. So if it wasn't for Nightbot and the block words list that you folks provide, my chats would be getting spammed and trolled so hard that I wouldn't be able to even, have a chat. I would have to run my live streams without a chat. So I believe YouTube, you've done a better job at managing the comments section and removing rude comments. But I think something better needs to be put into place. I think we need to educate and maybe integrate more features within Studio, kind of like what Nightbot has, to allow creators to lock down their chat from hate as much as possible. You can't get rid of all of it, but you can squash most of it if you have the proper settings and proper tools before it even hits your chat. So that's my suggestion regarding that. Scroll up to my last comment. One of the YouTubers I follow has already filed a lawsuit against YouTube for shadow banning and removing videos. 100, I won't say the name. Well, yeah, I mean, is it worth it? I hope he has plenty of money. That's a civil case. I don't even know if they can win that case, Queen. YouTube is protected by Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. So, to be honest with you, it's not even worth suing YouTube. And I don't even think YouTube should get sued. I just think they need to start doing a better job of handling this stuff. again, the problem is the more people you get rid of off the platform that are creating hate, the fewer people there are to see the ads that make them the money. That's where the problem is at. That's where I feel the problem is at. I also feel that YouTube needs to do a better job of minimizing the amount of accounts that can be created from one household or, one computer. They got to find a way to stop the trolls and the haters from creating hundreds of accounts. So when you ban one of them, they keep coming back every minute or so. And on your live streams, they keep coming in on what are known as sock accounts to keep hammering you. Now, Google, because they are Google accounts, because YouTube's owned by Google, okay? Google's done a better job of making it a little bit more difficult to create accounts, but it's still not that difficult. It's still easy enough to the point of where people can create a ton of accounts. They can bypass verification by using certain programs. So anyway, Ronald Grace Exploring says, Nightbot and other features added to YouTube creator apps is a great idea. Yeah, no. I have Nightbot, and Nightbot also has their own block words list. And what Nightbot will do also is you can tick one button where if you enter the name of any particular channel in the Nightbot block words list, it will also it will not even allow that channel to post anything or any channel with that similar name. So that has tremendously helped me out. As you can see tonight, my chat's been it's been clean. I can't even talk. Been clean. I think we had one troll in here, and if I didn't have that security, I'd be getting hammered. These people know that they can't hit my channel, so they don't come as often. Because they know I've got Nightbot, they know I've got a block words list. They know that most of everyone that's been attacking me at a group level, like gang attacking me, they've been banned. So they don't hit me as much, but they still do. They still do in other ways. I film and edit all my videos on my phone, says Ron the Grace Exploring. Okay, great. Awesome. To combat this, we remove comments that clearly violate our policies. Okay? Over 16 million in the third quarter of this year, specifically due to harassment. The policy updates we've outlined above will also apply to comments, so we expect this number to increase in future quarters. Okay, I'm not going to, say much about comments, because comments, you can just ban people. Not a big deal. You can ban them and, remove them. I'm more so concerned about people making videos, attacking people and sharing personal information and stuff like that. All right. Beyond comments that we remove, we also empower creators to further shape the conversation on their channels and have a variety of tools that help. Okay. And one of those tools is Nightbot. But they also have the block words list. You can block links. There's a lot you can do. You can hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. There's a lot you can do to protect yourself. And, sometimes people can still slip through the cracks, but if you have everything set up, you're going to minimize people slipping through the cracks. And then you have a couple great moderators, and they can handle the rest while you run your show. That's it. When we're not sure a comment violates our policies, but it seems potentially inappropriate, we give creators the option to review it before it is posted on their channel. That's hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. Great idea. Okay? And now YouTube, by default, when you start a new channel, will automatically have your comments set to hold potentially inappropriate comments for review, meaning that YouTube has certain keywords within their algorithm, and if one of those keywords are picked up, it'll put that in your held for review box. it won't go out right away. Great idea. Great idea. I like it. Results among early adopters were promising. Channels that enabled the feature saw a 75% reduction in user flags on comments. That's good. I believe that, and that's actually working. Earlier this year, we began to turn this setting on by default for most creators. I just said that, and that's a great thing, great idea. No problem there. No problem there. With comments, but, not a big deal. We've continued to fine-tune our systems to make sure we catch truly toxic comments. Okay, well, you got to do some more fine-tuning. But you're doing better. When it comes to comments, you're doing a lot better. I think you need to do more fine-tuning on the video aspect that people are, creating. The thing is, it's harder to, when someone does a video, it's harder for your algorithm to pick up what the video is saying. It's easy to pick up what's typed, right? We got to do a better job of holding the video portions accountable, YouTube. Not just anything that's negative or critical. And feedback from creators has been positive. Last week, we began turning this feature on by default for YouTube's largest channels with the site's most active comment sections. And we'll roll out to most channels by the end of the year. Well, it's been rolled out to everyone. I think it got rolled out to everyone like last month. So we're good. Good job on that, YouTube. To be clear, creators can opt out, and if they choose to leave the feature enabled, they still have ultimate control over which held comments can appear on their videos. Alternatively, creators can also ignore held comments altogether if they prefer. Yeah, so that's good. No problem there. Not a problem. All of these updates represent another step towards making sure we protect the YouTube community. We expect there will continue to be healthy debates over some of the decisions, and we have an appeals process in place if creators believe we made the wrong call on the video. Now, the funny thing is, YouTube, during COVID-19, you've been giving creators freebies, right? I've seen so many creators have videos removed, or even have live streams shut down for violating policy, right? And because you made a rule during the COVID-19 pandemic that you're not going to give channels any strikes unless it's very, very apparent, because you're going to use more machine learning, right? You're not going to give any strikes, but you're going to remove the video. I've seen so many people get removed while they're live streaming or have their videos removed, the pre-recorded videos removed, or their pre-recorded videos removed, and then they come right back and continue creating content and continue harassing people. So in essence, YouTube, during this pandemic, because of the fact that you say you have a reduced workforce, at your headquarters and other, buildings that you own, that you're going to rely more on machine learning. And because of that, you're not going to penalize channels that, get flagged by the artificial intelligence for violating policy. And from what I've noticed, YouTube, is that the pandemic really hasn't affected, how you get things done, whether your employees are working from home or from, one of your buildings, one of your offices, especially your main headquarters in San Bruno, California. Right? Now, I know some things can't be done out of the office. I'm sure those people are in there, right? But the rest of them can work from home, right? So I don't think this has been an issue where you've been understaffed at all. I don't think it's been an issue where you've been understaffed. It's sad to me and it sucks to me that during this pandemic, creators have been able to harass everyone on this platform freely. They get their video removed, but they get no penalty on their channel. So how are they going to learn a lesson? It's kind of like, if you have a child and you're raising your child and your child makes a mistake and you don't punish your child to teach them the lesson to not make that mistake again, right? So this is the same thing, YouTube. But the difference is, for the most part, the hilarious part is, and the pathetic part of this is that the majority of these people that violate these rules are grown-ass 30, 40, and 50-plus-year-old adults. Sad. As we make these changes, it is vitally important that YouTube remain a place where people can express a broad range of ideas. No problem. And we'll continue to protect discussion on matters of public interest and artistic expression. No problem there either. We also believe these discussions can be had in ways that invite participation and never make someone fear for their safety. I've had people come at me in my real life outside of YouTube. I've reported these people, nothing's done. I try to call the police laugh at me. They say it's a civil matter. Ignore them. These are just YouTube trolls and haters. So you try to do the right thing, and there's nothing really you can do. Nothing you can do. The only thing you can really do is ignore them. That's all you can do. You got to ignore them and move on. And my problem is not that I can't ignore them. I can and I have. The problem is what these people are doing to me are affecting my numbers. They're affecting me from being able to grow. Even if I ignore them, they are still doing things that harm my YouTube numbers and other things. That's what frustrates me, YouTube. And that's why I really wish you would take care of these people. We're committed to continue revisiting our policies. Let me move this up. We're committed to continue revisiting our policies regularly to ensure that they are preserving the magic of YouTube while also living up to the expectations of our community. Well, it's time to revisit this once again, YouTube, because once you put out this blog late in December of last year, 2019, for the next few months, you started hitting it hard. You folks took care of it. You folks started showing me that, hey, okay, they're taking cyberbullying and harassment much more seriously. And even before the COVID thing hit hard and you reduced your workforce at your headquarters, after a month or two of you folks doing what you said you're going to do within this blog, you backed off completely. Like nothing seemed to be getting removed anymore. And then people just started taking advantage of that, realizing, okay, I'm not going to get removed by YouTube, so I'm just going to run my mouth and I'm going to just attack people. I'm just going to have a grand old time. That's the truth. Matt Halpern, Vice President, Global Head of Trust and Safety. All right, folks. So we've been on right now for 1 hour and 3 minutes. I'm going to step away for a quick break, 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. And when I come back, I'm going to actually go through the Google/YouTube help page regarding harassment and basically share with you folks my interpretation of these rules and how YouTube is applying them or not applying them. And I'm going to share, this primarily based on what I've been through, okay, and how I've reported these people many times and how they're not doing anything about it. But the rules are right there. So let me check out the chat here real quick before I take that break. All right. I was having fun finding a lot of free movies. Where, on YouTube, Queen? I'm curious to know. All right. Let me cue up some music here. What music do I need to play? Or do I want to play? Let me see here. Give me a second. All right, give me a second here. All right. All right, folks. Stick around for part 2 of this show. I'm going to take a 5 to 7 or 8 minute quick break, and we'll be right back. Oops, wrong screen. yourself. That's what this channel's all about. Feel the rhythm and the beat. All right, here we go. Almost back, almost back. Yeah! Yeah. Yeah, all right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube. And despite the incredible amount of harassment, hate, vulgar language, inappropriate content, however you want to say it, I love YouTube. It is one of the greatest places to get your message out and to express yourself and to learn a little bit about this and a little bit about that, and a little bit about anything and everything, right? That's what the platform is all about. Look, I'm not really trying to make this a negative stream. I'm not. I'm just trying to state what's actually been happening. And you know, the one thing I've learned in my life that people don't like about me, or people like me, because of the fact that I'm so intuitive and I pick up on things. I pick up on the slightest variations, which is what I'm trying to say. And I call it out, and I call people out. They just don't like that, because people just want to get away with anything and everything, no matter how bad it is. And that's just pretty sad. Why can't people just live a normal, happy, healthy, and decent life? Why do you have to create issues, especially out here on YouTube? People create issues purposefully sometimes because it gets them more traction. It gets all eyes on them. Ooh, people want to see the bad. They don't want to see the good. They tune in to watch the bad in large amounts. But when there's greatness happening, when people like myself share positive messages that can help propel you forward, you know, people, you know, tend to not want to view that as much. It's just pretty sad. But who knows? Maybe one day that'll change, and you know, it is what it is. Regardless, I'm going to keep moving forward, and I'm going to spread my love and my message and my positivity with, you know, the people that want to hear it. All right. So anyway, let me go back over to the browser screen and get the other page all set up here. So let me switch over to the other page. And it may be already set up properly. Give me just 1 second here. No, I gotta fix this real quick. So if you folks just give me 1 second here, I will do this very, very quickly. Okay, give me uno momento, por favor. I'm not Spanish, but I did take 2 years of Spanish in high school. We go here. Okay, we should be almost set to go. I think I've almost got it. I think that's set properly so it won't go off the screen. Let's expand this sucker a little bit. Folks, if you need any help with using open broadcast software, I'm an expert at this. So if you're a YouTuber out here and you want to take your content to the next level, reach out to me behind the scenes. Contact me, Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com, and I would be happy to help you with that. Let's just move it down a little bit. Okay, and that should be good to go. All right. So for the next half hour or so, however long this takes, maybe 45 minutes max, I'm going to be reading out and commenting on YouTube's actual harassment and cyberbullying policy as found on the Google support pages for YouTube. Obviously, Google owns YouTube, so a lot of the support stuff is run through the Google aspect. No big deal. We know it's the same thing as long as we get the information. Now, if you go to the harassment and cyberbullying policy help page, you're going to have this video here. You may want to check it out. Below that, it says, the safety of our creators, viewers, and partners is our highest priority, and we look to each of you to help us protect this unique and vibrant community. It is important you understand our community guidelines and the role they play in our shared responsibility to keep YouTube safe. Please take the time to carefully read the policy below. You can also check out this page for a full list of our guidelines, where we're just talking about harassment and bullying/cyberbullying here today. And there they remind us at the top here. We recently announced some updates on our harassment policy to better protect creators. The policy below has been updated to reflect these changes. Content that threatens individuals is not allowed on YouTube. We also do not allow content that targets an individual with prolonged or malicious insults based on intrinsic attributes, including their protected group status or physical traits. Boy, I've been attacked for all that many times. And the majority, if not all of that content, is still up live on YouTube. Well, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just still up. It's been flagged many times, probably by many people besides me. Many other people besides me have flagged all that. Nothing happens. If you find content that violates this policy, please report it. Instructions for reporting violations of our community guidelines are available here. If you found multiple videos or comments that you would like to report, you can report the channel. I've done that many times too. I've reported channels many times. Nothing happens. And it's clearly a violation, like above and beyond. For tips and best practices to stay safe, keep your account secure, and protect your privacy, check out this Help Center article. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let me just make sure this is coming through clearly over here. All right. If specific threats are made against you and you feel unsafe, report it directly to your local law enforcement agency. That doesn't do shit, YouTube. You call the cops and they say it's a civil issue. You got to file a civil suit on this person. They don't want to deal with it. You know it, YouTube. I know it. And the haters know it. So that's not going to work. But I understand from a professional standpoint, you got to put that in there. I get it. But that's not going to help you at all. What this means for you, if you're posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it fits any of the descriptions below. Content that features prolonged name calling or malicious insults such as racial slurs based on their intrinsic attributes. These attributes include their protected group status, physical attributes, or their status as a survivor of sexual assault, domestic abuse, child abuse, etc. Well, I see that happen all the time. And most of that content is still up live on YouTube. Why? Content uploaded with the intent to shame, deceive, or insult a minor. Well, that's taken care of. When it comes to minors, YouTube's all over that. Boom. No problem. So I don't have to go any further into that, into reading that. That is taken care of. Other types of content that violate this policy. Revealing someone's private information, such as their home address. How many times has that happened to myself and other creators? And they even go as far as find our family members. They reveal their addresses. It's just crazy. Email addresses, sign-in credentials, phone numbers, passport number, or bank account information. Well, fortunately, a lot of that information is difficult to get access to. So most people don't deal with, many of these issues, but many people have had their address shared out here, which is known as doxing, DOXXING. And even a lot of times when people are doxed out here, that content is either not removed right away or not removed at all. Note, this does not include posting widely available public information such as a public official's office phone number or the phone number of a business. So if you're a public figure and your information is public knowledge, okay, from a business aspect, that would be okay to put out there. But even if you're a public figure and people look up your home address, your apartment, or wherever you live, even if that's public information, that does not give them the right to put it out there. They're putting it out there with malice intent, and that is a violation of this policy. But people still do it, and they get away with it all the freaking time. Content that incites others to harass or threaten individuals on or off of YouTube. I've had people harass me on and off of YouTube. I've had other YouTubers incite other YouTubers that live close by to me to come and stalk me while I used to do, live streams from my local park on my walks. I'll get back to doing those soon. Just a footnote on that again. Once I recover completely from my pinched nerve, I will be doing the walking with purpose live streams again. But yeah, I've had that happen to me many times, and I'm sure other people on the platform have had similar things happen to them. And in many cases, a lot of those videos are either not removed right away or never removed at all. It's just ridiculous. What good is the flagging system if it's not going to work, right? Why even have a flagging system for bullying and harassment if it's not going to work? Content that encourages abusive fan behavior, such as doxing, which happens all the time, dogpiling. Yeah, I've had this group of people called the trolls and haters. They've all gotten together and they dogpile on me, or they dogpile on other YouTubers. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm not afraid to go toe-to-toe with anyone, right? And have a debate, right? But here's the problem with trolls and haters. Trolls and haters are so insecure, immature, and they are not able to handle things on their own. They have to have a large group of people backing them, right? That's the issue there, right? That's why with a lot of these people that have wanted to debate me, from the hate group, right? From the hate group I used to be a part of. Like I wasn't a part of them when I didn't think they were a hate group. Okay, I hope I said that right. When I didn't realize that they were a hate group, which is what I'm trying to say, that's when I was hanging around them. When I realized that, I just removed myself. But a lot of these people want to go toe-to-toe with me, right? The problem is that they will gang attack me when I go on their panels. And a lot of times, these people do things. The people in the hate group will pay someone to go have a debate with me, and the debate is fixed, right? And they do it to just try to make me look like a fool and try to, they do it to try to buy entertainment, right? It's pretty pathetic, right? So that's what they mean by dogpiling there. Brigading or off-platform targeting. Yeah, I've been targeted off-platform all the freaking time. And a lot of that content where a lot of these people that were doing it to me were talking about it, it's still publicly available on YouTube. Content making implicit or explicit threats of physical harm or destruction of property against identifiable individuals happens to me all the time and happens to others all the time. Most of the time, that content still stays on YouTube. Note, implicit threats include threats that don't express a specific time, place, or means, but may feature weapon brandishing, simulated violence, etc. Okay? Content posted by vigilantes, restraining or assaulting an identifiable individual. Okay? Content that depicts creators simulating acts of serious violence against others, executions, torture, maimings, beatings, etc. Okay, never had to deal with that. Content featuring non-consensual sex acts, unwanted sexualization, or anything that graphically sexualizes or degrades an individual. Okay, unfortunately, haven't had to deal with any of that. Content that displays or shows how to distribute non-consensual sexual imagery. This policy applies to videos, video descriptions, comments, live streams, and any other YouTube product or feature. Please note, this is not a complete list. Okay. So exceptions. I'm not going to go into great detail on this, but I'm just going to read the specifics. Debates related to high-profile officials or leaders. Scripted performances, harassment education, or awareness. So if you're doing it for educational purposes, if you're doing it within reason and you're reasonable, no problem. Anything that is perceived to be reasonable is going to be an exception. Anything done deliberately to harm someone is going to violate the policy. It's the bottom line. Note, we take a harder line on content that maliciously insults someone based on their protected group status, regardless of whether or not they are a high-profile person. Okay. All right. YouTube has done an okay job at protecting protected group status. They've done a much better job at that aspect, or towards that aspect, than harassment in general. But see, here's the thing. I'm Caucasian, I'm white. I'm not trying to say this to, say anything weird. I'm just saying I'm Caucasian, I'm white. And I am not considered a protected group. But I've been attacked. And is it because I'm not a part of a protected group that I don't have the same protection and just have to put up with more stuff? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Monetization and other penalties. In some rare cases, we may remove content or issue other penalties when a creator repeatedly encourages abusive audience behavior. And a lot of these people I used to associate with that still come at me to this day, they repeatedly encourage abusive audience behavior, especially when it comes to them all being a part of a group and dogpiling on someone like me, or dogpiling on any other YouTuber in a similar situation. Repeatedly targets, insults, and abuses an identifiable individual based on their intrinsic attributes across multiple uploads. Right. So they, like this one dude I was mentioning earlier, has created a channel and harasses me every single day, does, illegal things to attack my real life. Puts that all out there on YouTube at the same time, clearly states Eli needs to go. Eli, I can't stand Eli. I'm obsessed with Eli. He says that in every single video. Every single video has been every single video has been flagged with timestamps. And his channel's still up. Exposes an individual to risks of physical harm based on the local, social, or political context. Creates content that harms the YouTube ecosystem by persistently inciting hostility between creators for personal financial gain. Boy, I know somebody like that. He's in the mountains right now hiking. Good thing he hasn't been around. But yeah, that's what this guy does. He creates content that harms the YouTube ecosystem by persistently inciting hostility between creators for personal financial gain. In essence, what YouTube's saying is that this guy or people that do this go out there and deliberately attack other YouTubers to create a fake YouTube beef so they can have the back and forth, and one side can monetize it to an audience they've established that loves that kind of content. This guy's been shut down many times. This guy's been removed from the YouTube Partner Program many times. How does he keep getting back in? He finds other people to create the account for him under their name. And then he says, I'm an independent contractor. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to read this final part here, folks, and then I'm going to wrap this up because this is one of the most important aspects here, especially the very last one. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. Let me check out the chat here real quick and make sure that we're still good. Queen Helen Case says, apparently YouTube don't care about the harassment. Well, they care about the money. It's not that they don't care about the harassment, Queen. It's the fact that if they removed everyone that creates harassing content on YouTube, they would probably lose half their viewers, and they would kill their business. So again, I don't think it's the fact that they don't care. I think they try to, balance it out to the point of where they do enough to make the creators somewhat happy, and enough to the point of where they can still keep enough people on the platform to, be able to view ads that are paid by their advertisers to make money. Anyway, give me 1 second here. Queen, Foul Fish is an actual channel. Don't ban Foul Fish. They're good. They're an actual channel. 888 subscribers. Met them through the growth stream. Hey, how you doing, Foul Fish? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. I'm just getting to the tail end of this, so you may want to catch the replay. Lots of important and interesting information shared. So examples. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. Repeatedly showing pictures of someone and then making statements like, look at this creature's teeth. They're so disgusting. With similar commentary targeting intrinsic attributes throughout the video. Yeah, so if you attack someone on the way they look and stuff like that, that's not allowed. And that's pretty immature, in my opinion, in the first place. Targeting an individual based on their membership in the protected group, such as saying, look at this filthy slur targeting a protected group. They put that in parentheses. They didn't want to say anything. I wish they'd just get hit by a truck. Right. A lot of these people out there are saying that I'm not threatening anyone, I'm just saying that I wish something bad would happen to them because I can't stand them, right? That is what's called an implied threat. It's not a direct threat from you, but that's basically saying you wish that, you can't stand them, so you wish that some way outside of you taking care of them would take care of them, right? Now, I understand that some people are going to feel that way about people that, are coming at them. Oh, I wish that they got hit by a truck or a bus or whatever, right? Just don't put that out there on YouTube. It's unnecessary. Keep that to yourself. Using an extreme insult to dehumanize an individual based on their intrinsic attributes. For example, look at this dog of a woman. She's not even a human being. She must be some sort of mutant or animal. Yeah, don't attack women. God, I mean, what are we in kindergarten? We're supposed to be grown-ass adults here. Should YouTube even have to write this stuff out, or isn't this just something we should already know, right? Depicting an identifiable individual being murdered, seriously injured, or engaged in a graphic sexual act without their consent. That's obvious. And last but not least, accounts dedicated entirely to focusing on maliciously insulting an identifiable individual. That's happened to me. So if you create an account on YouTube to deliberately and maliciously attack one person, that is not allowed. And that's what's happening to me by one creator right now. And again, like I said earlier on in the show, I've done everything I can to get that channel removed because it doesn't belong on YouTube according to YouTube's own guidelines. He has, with 3 copyright strikes, reporting his channel many times, reporting individual videos with timestamps where he deliberately says, you know, I'm obsessed with Eli and I'm going to keep coming after him and I'm going to keep coming after him. And he doxes myself and my family and does all this crazy stuff, you know. It's still up. Why is it still up? Why? And then there are more examples here. I'm not going to go through all of these, but, you know, I'll just briefly, I guess, mention targeting an individual based on their intrinsic attributes, threatening someone's physical safety, posting an individual's non-public personal identifying information like a phone number, etc. That's doxing, rating or directing malicious abuse to identifiable individuals through in-game voice chat or messages during the stream. If you're doing a friendly raid to support someone, that's different than raiding someone to troll them, to disrupt the normal flow of their channel, okay? Directing users towards a YouTuber's comment section for malicious abuse. I've seen that happen many times. It's pathetic. Swatting or other prank calls to emergency or crisis responsive services or encouraging viewers to engage in this or any other harassing behavior. Yeah, a lot of people will do what's called swatting because they just don't like someone's message when that person that they don't like has done no harm to them. Just ignore that person, right? It's just ridiculous, right? And swatting can get someone hurt or killed by the police. Stalking or attempting to blackmail users. That's both happened to me. I've been stalked, and they've attempted to blackmail me, but they got nothing on me, so I don't fall for that stuff. But yeah, I've been stalked. Fortunately for me, I'm a strong person, and I know how to handle this stuff. But for the average user, they may not be as strong. Zooming in on prolonged focus emphasis on the breasts, buttocks, or genital area of an identifiable individual for the purposes of degrading, objectifying, or sexualizing. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Video game content which has been developed or modified to promote violence or hatred against an individual with the attributes noted above. And last but not least here, please remember these are just some examples and don't post content if you think it might violate this policy. So that's that. So folks, I went through harassment and cyberbullying in great detail today. I shared my thoughts regarding how I feel YouTube has been handling this for the last 6-7 months since they, created the update to their harassment policy late last year in December of 2019. I know this is not the most entertaining type of content, but it is serious content that you folks can learn, especially people that are being attacked. You can learn how to better handle this situation, and you can better understand why YouTube is handling it or not handling it the way that you would expect it to be handled, right? So that is that. I'm going to get on out of here, folks. I haven't eaten. I'm pretty hungry. We've been on for an hour and 44 minutes, and I'm a little bit tired. It's been a long day. But I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be doing a live panel stream on trolling. If you would like to join that panel, please email me at coacheli@coacheli.com. Unless you're a mod on my channel, we're connected on Hangouts. I'll send you the information there. I'm going to have Queen Helen Casey and Muttnuts World and some other moderators, hopefully. And if any guests want to come on, please email me, let me know, and I will get you on the show. I'm going to be using StreamYard, so if someone tries to come on and tries to derail the show, you will be removed and banned immediately. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you to Queen Helen Casey for being here. Thank you to Foulfish for being here. Thank you to Muttnuts World for being here. And also thank you to Lord Gaelic, who was here earlier. Let's just move back to the full screen and wrap this up full screen. Here I am. Have yourselves a great night, folks, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, before we go, night and catch up with everyone later. Today's sense is Friday for me and Queen. That's right. It's after midnight where you're at. It's only 9:08 here on the West Coast. Have a great night, everyone. Take care, Foulfish. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye. We're out. Peace out. We're out. Take care.